campaign called 21 Days of Victories, 21 Days of Victories. And I invited you to join me as I teach on the Daniel fast. The Daniel fast, it's a 21-day fast that is inspired in Prophet Daniel from Scripture, from the Bible. And it's a very special kind of fast. If you want to seek God, you can pray. That's your direct communication with God. Or you can also fast. So 21 days of fast, partial fast, it's the Daniel fast. And we are going to learn about it and also learn on how to turn your life around, which is something that we sometimes need to do. We are in peculiar times. Those are difficult times in which many people are just at home, confined, and we got news that we're going to have about a month of total confinement here in our region. I know that you're in confinement in certain areas of Europe. And again, I will take also some time to allow some of you to join. Don't forget that you can also leave your message, talk to me. I'm here online and I'm able to see your messages on YouTube, on Facebook, so don't hesitate to send them. And we're going to start now, and here's the intro. So hello, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Today I'm going to talk about creating some goals. We've been talking about resetting our life and giving direction to our life, and it's very important to have goals in our life. So that's the theme for today, day 5. But before I get there, I want to tell you that I have a little booklet that I created in 2019, and it's 21 days to break a bad habit, but you can use it in different ways. Here inside, it's an agenda style, and if you go to my website, which is at powertowin.com, I'll show you how to get to this area. So you go here to the website, you click on 21 days, where you can see the book journal, and there's a series of pictures here that if you click, you can see instructions and examples on how to create this agenda and how to keep track of what's going on as you do this time of fasting and prayer. 21 days can change your life radically. And since the government is about to shut down the economy, why don't you take time really to seek God and to create some goals and some plans? All right, let me move on. And I'd like to start with a quote by C. Joybell. He said, "Some people live in cages with bars built from their own fears and doubts. Some people live in cages with bars built from other people's fears and doubts, their parents, their friends, their brothers and sisters, their families. Some people live in cages with bars built from choices others made for them, the circumstances other people impose upon them, and some people break free." I hope you are in this last group. People that do not live in cage, but that break free. And we need to break free from many things in our life. We're far from being perfect, and so we're being shaped. And I read this amazing story about Steinway and Sons, the company that creates those expensive grand pianos. And they're built in Astoria, New York, and Hamburg, Germany. Those are the factories that use secret techniques, and part of the process of creating these amazing instruments is to keep the wood frames in a temperature sensitive area of the factory, and they left alone in that area for roughly 16 to 18 weeks. So during those 16 to 18 weeks, the frames of the piano are in an environment that it has moist, it's humid, it's hot, it's the right temperature for that specific frame. And so they bend the wood in order to create those magnificent grand pianos. And this technique has been developed, and it's a great secret how it's done. But without that season of 16 to 18 weeks, where the wood is bent and left alone, it's stressed and it's shaped, there will be no grand pianos. So it's important also for us to understand that when we have seasons in which it seems that nothing is happening, that we're stuck, we're in a situation, either you have a job that you know it's not your career, it's not what you should be doing, other circumstances in life, sometimes maybe even unfortunately an infirmity, and you're stuck, you cannot go to work, you get this virus and you're at home confined, not being able to plan anything. Sometimes we're tempted to think of these as negatives, but in fact, if we allow God to shape our lives and to change our lives, and we make plans in that season, we will be able, like the piano, to achieve then completion, and to be at the point and in the stage that God intended for us to be. In order to do this, we need to have goals. Now, a goal is a dream with a deadline. This is a quote by Napoleon Hill. A goal is a dream with a deadline. We have dreams that we can think about, and they don't have deadlines. I was checking out my social media, and I saw a beautiful picture of some friends of mine that are in Panama, and Panama City. What a beautiful city. And the picture was showing this beautiful swimming pool and the skyscrapers on the background. Beautiful place. And I commented there and I said, I would like to visit one day. So it's a goal. It's not my main goal in life. It's something that I would like to achieve. It's kind of what people call a bucket list. So when you have a bucket list, it's a number of places or things that you would like to do during your lifetime. And so you can have these goals. But then there's those precise and concise goals that require some work. So those are the goals that are that have a deadline. And there's a book that I read many years ago, and I think I'm going to read it again during this season. It's by David Allen, Getting Things Done. GTD. So these three letters are very well known in business because David Allen, he teaches that there are hard deadlines. Those are the ones that have external commitments, and those that can be tracked in a project list, and you can put them in a calendar. So goals are important, and certain goals are, again, we can have a hard deadline. Like, for instance, if I want to, let's say, clean up this room and get all my books cataloged and in order. Well, I already did that. But let's say, as an example, that I needed to do this. So I could have the deadline and say, by Friday, this task has to be done. And so then I commit to perform that task. So when you have these hard deadlines, hard goals, these dates that are, you cannot pass them, you will learn not to procrastinate and to achieve great success in everything you do. So this is important. And so sometimes these books that we read and go back to them years later, that's why we keep books, we don't trash them. It's to get back to what we've learned. They're important so we can plan. And a life without goals will usually be one where not much gets done. So it's important to have things to aim for in life, because otherwise you will just stagnate in life, in that process. It's important that we do not stagnate. And these 21 days to reset your life require that you rethink your direction and rethink your life. If you do it on your own, it's good. If you do it with God in you, if you ask God for direction, it's even better, because then you have a guarantee of success. Because when you walk with God and you follow His voice and His instructions, then you have a successful and meaningful life. But you need to plan these steps and write it down, organize things. And there's three types of life projects that you can have. One, it's personal health and emotional balance, also family goals, and then professional or career objectives. And you can just pause the video, look at this, and consider if you truly have been working on any of these life projects. You can expand also these groups according to your personal reality. But these are the three main areas that require attention, and that you should really truly make your goals and sit down and ask God for direction in every of these three areas. And so, in everything you put down and write down, if it's possible, put a date and say, by this date I want to achieve this. And if you don't, no problem, no worries. Maybe it's 6 months down the road, you need to think about these things again and rewrite those plans, these objectives. So these are the three main areas where you can establish your life projects. Now, let me give you a scripture that's in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. It says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Whose plans? Your plans. So what we see from Scripture is that, yes, God allows you to establish your own plans. It's not that you are just a puppet in God's hands and He has the plans and you follow, and whatever will be like that song, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. Your life shouldn't be like this. You need to plan. And you have this assurance that in in God, when you walk with God, he says that he will establish your plans. This is an amazing promise, because God is committed to your success, and this is something that we need to have firm in us. The Daniel fast that we're doing, which are 21 days to reset your life, it's an important step because it's a pause. Think about the example I gave you of the piano that stands there, the wood stands there being bent 16 to 18 weeks. No one can touch that wood. And before the process is over, it cannot be loose, it cannot be worked, cannot be shaped. So many times also in our personal life, we are like in the shelf. It's like we feel that nothing's happening. What shall I do? This season of COVID-19, it's a season a little bit like this, where we have plans and then we need to change them and rethink our life. So think about this season as a season in which you can just seek God, do this time of fast, partial fast, and ask God for instructions on how to reset your life. Now, another scripture, Proverbs 19:21, it says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Well, I told you that we can have our plans, and God really wants to bless us and bless our plans. However, there's a major plan, which is God's plan. And so we need to align our life with God's plan, because it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. We have many plans, but at the end, many of those plans are not achieved because God may have other plans. And so when you take these 21 days to fast and seek God, don't just be stuck on the idea that things have to go as you wish, but just take time to meditate and ask God and tell him, Lord, I want your plan to prevail in my life. Now, I challenge you to join me for this New Year fast, 21 days to reset your life. And this is my last scripture that I've been reading you every day, Luke 1:37. It says, "For nothing will be impossible with God." So nothing is impossible. Take this time that the world is constantly stopping and requiring us to change somehow the plans that we have, and take time to rethink your life. If you have time to read also, don't forget, I suggest you to get my book, Power to Win, so you can just go to the website, which is powertowin.com. And here on the website, you'll find how to get this book, which it's also on Amazon Kindle, Kobo. So it's all main digital forms. I'm not here to sell you books, but if you really want to get my journal, the 21 Days to Break a Bad Habit, and again, you don't need to break a bad habit, but you can keep track of goals and plans for your life. So this can be used also to plan your new season in your life. Go to the comment section of this video, and on that comment section, contact me if you don't follow me, and you can then receive the book. I'm seeing Luis from Portugal. Hugs to you. You're watching on YouTube. Several people watching also on Facebook. We have others on Periscope. So take time to be transformed, 21 days to a total transformation. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll be here again tomorrow. I'll be here every day again at 7 p.m. And this is everything I had for you today. Leave your comments, contact me, ask for the book 21 Days, and I will send it to you free of charge. So send me your message right away, and I'll mail you as soon as possible.